Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. We've got the Seattle Supersonics taking on the New Jersey Nets. He'll be the Nets off the tip. Now let's take a look at the Sonics opening lineup. They've got Kemp. Hawkins is out there with Gary Payton. Then it's Johnson, and it's Schrempf in at the small forward spot. Good, and it's Kemp who picks up the assist.
And Detlef is one of the best at filling it up from deep. Just possesses great height and that high release point.
For three, Kidd. Shot clock reset for the Nets. A nice shot by Van Horn.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
Right side, Kemp. Over Martin. Here's Schrempf. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Schrempf's got 5.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance point.
And it's going to be out of bounds. New Jersey will retain possession.
New Jersey ball.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Kidd passes to Martin. The 17-footer goes down.
And you can see Kidd's ability to pass truly is a gift. When one of his teammates is open, he is quick to get them the ball in rhythm.
Now here's Payton. Offensive rebound, Kemp. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Kemp. Beyond the arc. Another 3 for Seattle.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Kidd against Payton. Now the pass to Kittles. A 3. And that's collected by Payton. Seattle has come out of the gates quickly. 6-point game. Pass to Schrempf. Down low. Here's Kemp. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
A beast around the hoop. Kemp beating great defense there.
To the inside. And finished off by Martin.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Here's Kittles. Kemp with the rebound. And so Payton will bring it up for Seattle. 6-point lead over Kidd. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
And the misconnection there. Hands guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And New Jersey making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for McCullough. Scalabrine comes in for Kenyon Martin. And it's Jefferson in for Van Horn. And then for Seattle, Brzykowski, he's checked in for Johnson. Perkins comes in for Sean Kemp. And Askew subbed in for Schrempf.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Lets it fly. He trains the quick shot.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
The offensive rebound, Williams. No good with the layup. Seattle leading by 6. Brzykowski passes to Askew. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Here's Scalabrine. Seattle able to drain the 3. Outside Kidd, just 5 on the clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there. trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
And so it's Seattle in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Supersonics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
We've got Williams. Get out there with Jefferson. Then there's Brian Scalabrine. And it's Van Horn in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they wanted taken.
Kidd passes to Williams. Great D that time from Kemp.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Kidd against McMillan. Knocks down the 10-footer. McMillan's got the lead up to 11 now for the Sonics.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
That's tipped. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Here's McMillan. Got it. Good job in the low post. McMillan's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Sonics leading by 13. Passes it to Askew. Over Scalabrine. The shot by Askew, no good. Here's Perkins. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he didn't go up very strong there, and the defense was able to just push him off his shot.
Here's Kidd.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Rebound by the Sonics.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior. Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
1:37 left now here in the second. Kidd dishes to Williams. Yep, it counts. And that's now 6 points for Williams.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Supersonics. A platoon swap here for Seattle. Here's Payton. And here we go with Kidd heading to the hoop. Here's Jefferson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Seattle missing again. Nets trail by 12. Here's Kidd. Rebound by Wingate. And here's Seattle. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Takes a 3. Seattle missing again. Martin with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Here's Jefferson. Here's McCulloch. Can't get it to fall. Seattle leading by 12. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
McCullough, no good that time. Good work defensively by Johnson. And Gary Payton is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Now Kidd. Scoreless thus far. Second shot opportunity. That's good, and the Supersonic lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Kenyon Martin.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
And so it's the Seattle Supersonics enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Taking a look at the Supersonics. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, they've shown a lot of discipline at the offensive end. It's not about getting a quick shot, it's about getting a good shot. And if you want to know how that approach is working, just check out their field goal percentage.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Obviously, that was L-Y. It's ugly. Shooting under 30% from the field, disorganized. Chucking up bad shots. Man, I tell you, they have to adjust their play, and they got to get better looks.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it out to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. A fantastic game from Shawn Kemp in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
On the floor for Seattle, we've got strength. Johnson is out there with Kemp, and it's Hersey Hawkins, and it's Payton in at the one spot.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game. But they might need someone else to step up as well.
Payton from outside. Drops in the tray. Payton's got 5 points so far.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from this.
Seattle leading by 11. Pass to Johnson. Just his first attempt. Count the basket. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
There's the pass to McCullough. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
New Jersey shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Todd McCullough. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Seattle making a change here. Perkins is checked in. Both free throws good for McCullough. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Tipped away. Unloads. And it's Seattle with another. Nets trail by 13. And first time out of the game called for New Jersey.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy. It hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
And New Jersey making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for McCullough. And it's Scalabrine in for Kenyon Martin. That'll be a 5-second call.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is looking for greater parity. The Golden State's Draymond Green said, quite frankly, with this new CBA, dynasties are over. We're the last dynasty you'll be able to speak of because of the way this salary cap is set up. I guess we'll see. Kevin?
I hope he's not right, but he may be on to something, David. Thank you.
What's up?
Free throw off from Payton.
Payton, a super vocal guy, constantly talking up a storm, always trying to get into the heads of the opposition.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here is Schrempf. He's got 5. A baseline J. And there's Shawn Kemp on the assist by Schrempf. 9 points for Shawn Kemp. Nets trail by 15. Pass to Scalabrine.
2 minutes remaining.
Misses from close range. Hawkins with it. .149 left in the third quarter of the game. Makes it off the glass.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Kittles. Rebounded by Kemp. Kemp's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And here's Kemp. He'll bring it up for Seattle. 17-point lead, their big. Jefferson's checked in for Kidd. And then for Seattle, Askew's checked in for Hawkins. And McMillan subbed in for Gary Payton. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Kemp with the bucket. Kemp's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Pass to Jefferson. Here's Scalabrine. Pass to Kittles for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kittles has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The pass to Perkins. Stolen. Now Schrempf. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Schrempf's got 7.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
Here's Kittles. Here's Van Horn. No good on the 3. Sonics leading by 18. 17-foot shot on the way. Perkins, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Perkins got his first basket.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, look, their lack of effort is exactly why they're behind. Just look at how they're getting bullied on the glass right now. Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Here's McMillan. Here's Kemp, and he uses the glass on the layup. Kemp's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
And so it's Seattle closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nets trail by 20. Jefferson is out there with Jason Kidd. Then there's McCulloch. Then there's Brian Scalabrine. And it's Martin in at the 4. So that's the lineup on the floor for New Jersey. And McCulloch kicks to Scalabrine. Pass to Martin. Fires the 3. And it's Hawkins with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Wingate is checked in for the Sonics.
David Wingate.
To the middle, here's Jefferson. Good in the assist to Kidd.
From Jason Kidd.
Seattle leading by 18. Here's Payton. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Bumping, battling down low. Gary Payton is more than comfortable in those situations.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Supersonics.
Well, you got to love their aggressiveness on the offensive glass. They have just refused to give up on any of the plays.
Take a break.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
No good on that one. He doesn't get the second one. Kemp kicks to Johnson. Shoots over McCulloch. A shot by Johnson, no good. Nets trail by 18. Passes to Jefferson. Doesn't go for him. Lets it go. Here's Wingate. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense.
Timeout. Now a timeout called by New Jersey.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Out to the right wing. Jefferson drawn the double team. Here's Scalabrine. Covered by Wingate. Outside Jefferson. Over Hawkins. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Supersonics. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. And here are the Nets. And he banks in the layup. Jefferson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Three-pointer, Payton. Rebounded by the Nets.
2 minutes remaining.
Martin's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Gary Payton is going to pick up the foul.
Gary Payton.
That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Detlef Schrempf's checked in for Wingate.
Substitution on the court.
On defense, the Supersonics. Pass to Kittles. Kidd against Johnson. And he gets it to go.
The assist from Kerry Kittles.
Sonics leading by 16. Here's Hawkins. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes. Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Seattle with the ball. On the wing, Johnson. Puts up a 3. Carries it from 3-point range. And the Sonics lead by 18.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop. First.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? That's good from Kemp on the assist from Payton.
Yeah, they can count this one in the win column. It has been a tremendous effort.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit, and I think this has been one of those times.
Kidd's gone 1 of 4 from distance. Payton outside. They grab their own miss. Kemp, that's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And this is why they keep going to Kemp. They know what he's capable of on offense.
Outside, Martin. The feed to McCulloch. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Kemp with the bucket.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Here's Kidd. The fader. Rebound by the Sonics. And here's Schrempf. He's looking for Kemp and finds him. And it's in there.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
So we see the Sonics taking the W here.
That's the end of the
This
game.
crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Good to have you with us on a Sunday afternoon for basketball here on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's the Bucks to start out. Here's Hodges and the Milwaukee starting five. Lister. And he makes no mistake. Slam.
dunk.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. Now here's Hill. Here's Iverson. That three's off the mark. To the middle. Here's Moncrief.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Shot's good by Iverson.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
Here's Moncrief. First quarter of play, a minute in. Pass to Hodges. Here's Moncrief. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. Mutombo with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all. Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Here's Hodges. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Moncrief. Pass to Pressey. 5 to shoot. Tries it from 19. Here's Hodges. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Here's Snow. He shoots it.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
The shot off that time. Iverson's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Lister. Soft touch off the glass. Lister's got his second basket.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Shot's good by Iverson.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Lister. Pass to Moncrief. Lays it up and banks it in.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Iverson. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
That free throw no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. That one misses.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
Pass to Dunleavy. 11 feet out. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's McCulloch. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
They're in trouble if they let him post like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Here's Greavy. The putback. Here's Brewer. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it. 34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Iverson. Off target with the three. The Bucks leading by 4.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And the 76ers making a change here.
First team foul. Checking in for Philadelphia, Rodney Buford.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. They get it back. Dunleavy can't hit. Buford passes to McKee. Fires the three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Milwaukee out in front. They're up by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
The ball goes to Milwaukee.
Puts it up off the inbound. And it's Hodges missing. The Sixers trailing. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Bucks ball.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Pass to Lister. Here's Moncrief. Puts it up from 15. Up again.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
76ers trail by 3. Here's Iverson. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
He plays with such an aggressive attitude. Even a sliver of daylight gets him to the rim.
Here's Moncrief. To the paint. Here's Pressey. Rebounded by Buford. Now Philadelphia with it. Pass to Lynch. Here's Buford. From downtown. Iverson can't hit. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Pressey. Rebounded by Buford.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Let's go with a 3. Here's Lynch. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Moncrief, the pass to Hodges. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Time called here. The 76ers decide to talk it over. The 76ers making a switch here. Here's Snow. Still no points. Here's Iverson. Missed inside. Milwaukee in the lead. And he lobs it up top. Now the 76ers with it. Right side Hill. Pass to Mutombo. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
This offense can be streaky at times, but he looked really sharp right there.
Here's Lister. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Iverson. Second shot opportunity, and the basket by Mutombo. Mutombo has gotten 4 this quarter.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Here's Moncrief. Here's Lister. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Here's Iverson. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
76ers foul call. George Lynch. First personal foul. First
Milwaukee shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
From Milwaukee, Sidney Moncrief taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. So both teams changing it up here. And he's good on the second. 50 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Snow. He drops it from range. Snow's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Dunleavy. No points so far. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Bucks lead by 1. Wow, 8 lead changes in the first half. Unbelievable.
Yeah, both sides digging in for what looks like a war.
Snow. Philadelphia, the rebound. Tries yet again. And it's laid up and in by Hill.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Here's Moncrief. He's got 5. Offline from the high post.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
He gets it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Philadelphia on top, up by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. And from what we saw so far from the 76ers, Kenny, what's your take?
They came in prepared. The offense is firing on all cylinders. You love the patience, the flow. Very efficient. Valuing possessions is fueling their success right now. This is not a team you want to bet against. At least not tonight.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
I like how they're working the ball down low and finding easy looks. They may be tempted to switch things up in the second half, but I say stick with it. Force the other team to adjust to the way you play.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And it's the Sixers with the ball. They lead by 1. And it's Lynch in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. It's good.
And he's looking to get on a roll here to start the second half.
And I've got to believe that was something they talked about during the break. Get him some good looks into the paint, get into the heart of the defense. Beautiful. Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Offensive rebound. And the shot goes down. Mutombo's got 6.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Moncrief. 5 points in the game. Pass to Pressey. Here's Moncrief. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Mutombo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And here's Hill. Lays it up and in, despite excellent defense. And now it's a 7-point 76ers lead. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Moncrief. They get the rebound. Cressy got it. Good job in the low post. The Sixers lead by 5. Here's Iverson. Here's Hill. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Lister passes to Cummings. Picked it. Here's Lynch. Pass to Iverson. Jacks up a 3. Here's Mutombo. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Give him 8.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Timeout called. Milwaukee.
And with the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
The Bucks trail by 9. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Dunleavy. The 3 is up. Knocks down the triple. Dunleavy's got 5 points.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Outside Jones. Hey, expanding his range. Rebounded by the Bucks. Brewer's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he goes in for the dunk.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Here's Mutombo. Connects from downtown. And the 76ers lead by 7.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Here's the teardrop. It's deflected. Here's Jones. Here's McKee. Banked it in off the glass. And now a 9-point Philadelphia lead.
In the NBA, you let anyone shoot inside 5 feet, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
And he's going for the oop here. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Paul Mokeski, Ricky Pierce.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Snow. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Here's Dunleavy. Drives to the hoop. And miss after miss right now. Here's McKee. Gets it off. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break up 12. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. Back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Hodges.